All right, so I spoke on this earlier on SportsCenter, but you know, tragic loss. Someone who was very close, awesome person. You know, I was thinking, there's not too many people that, you know, when you meet him, no matter who you are, when you met Mike Leach, you remember meeting him because he left impact on people. So, like I said, it's crazy to think just a couple of weeks ago, hugging him and watching him walk off as a winner, and would have never thought it was his last game. But you know, I see people talk about, you know, one state or same team right now, but you know, kind of like when we got here together, you know, we kind of always, people were honest a little bit about like not hating each other, but it's just a reminder, like, you can be very competitive, have passion, have rivalries in life and in sports, but be respectful and love people. So it's really a shame.
Touching on there, what were those initial conversations? You know, both guys in Mississippi, the coach just don't have as part of
Not what you would think. We didn't like call and say, well, how are we going to do this thing? I mean, if you know our personalities, you know, you could have guessed how it would be, that we wouldn't, you know, fall into this, oh, now we're going to change and, you know, dislike each other. Like, you know, I always remember my first SEC head coaches meeting, and, you know, someone's like, well, you can't ride in, another head coach said, well, I can't ride in the elevator with you because if our fans ever see me get off with you, you know, they'd be mad. And I was just like, okay, I don't understand that. So my point is, that's kind of how it's supposed to be down here, and we never had a conversation because that's just not our personalities and how we'd be. So, you know, you don't always look forward to every coach meeting, you know, before games, you know, but I always did him, and he was just always amazing. And I always had to say, okay, I got to go now, coach, you know, because he was going to keep talking forever, and it was always unique because every conversation I'd always say to myself, or I'd come back to a coach that, you know, played for him or something and say, somehow he started over here and I have no idea how he got over here in the conversation, but that was just him.
Lane, could you comment just generally on the environment of the transfer portal and the NIL right now?
Crazy. I mean, there's just so much going on, you know, with practice and going to get on a plane now and you recruit, which kind of always was the case, but then guys coming in here and flying back because there's official visitors here at the same time as practice, at the same time of going to see kids, at the same time of guys every day going in the portal. So it's not like the old days where you knew who the recruits were. They're changing every day. So, I mean, it's not really ideal. It is what it is. We're trying to manage it the best that we can. You know, I think at some point they've got to let the portal guys sign or something, because, you know, now these guys go in and you're really recruiting them until school starts, which, you know, is in January at some time. You know, that's a long time for a lot of people chasing a lot of people around.
Lane, are the conversations with transfer portal guys, are they more about NIL this year than they were maybe this time a year ago? How much of it is about NIL? How much of it is about playing time, opportunity, that kind of thing?
NIL comes up with every portal guy now, where before it was, you know, just some. I think that I kind of said we hit a window last year where everybody wasn't going that direction, and if teams had success with portal players playing well, like you saw around the country teams do, more coaches would make decisions to do that, because you saw some early on saying, well, we're not going the portal direction. Well, I don't think anybody's saying that anymore. And so it's gotten a lot more competitive, and yeah, I don't think that there's been any conversation with a portal player or a recruit nowadays that they or someone around them does not bring up NIL in the first conversation.
Coach, can we get a little insight on Coach Garrison, why you chose him, what his strengths are, whatever?
Yeah, great coach, great person. Had actually tried to hire him before, but couldn't get him out at the time here when we first got here, and have coached with him before, and it's a really cool transition to go on the road with him yesterday, and it's very unique to have a head coach, offensive coordinator, offensive line coach have all worked together before in the same roles. So we were all at FAU at the same time. So it makes it a very easy transition for players and for recruits.
It's a lot of people leaving for the portal and coming and going in college football, staff changes. Is it difficult to keep guys focused for one more game at this time of year?
Sure, it's very challenging. I mean, we have players going in the portal, some are gone, won't play, refuse to play, and so they're obviously not with us anymore, and then there's some that are in and that are still playing, like what we had a year ago. So I mean, it's very challenging. You got kids missing practice for official visits, other places, so very challenging. And unfortunately, what's happening is what predicted would happen. People like attention. Kids love attention, especially. So, if I don't go in the portal, it's kind of like, well, what about me? I played good or I didn't play good, and I'm not getting any attention. So it's kind of like, here's the first group that went in, and now you have more going, well, maybe I should go in, Maybe I can go get more NIL. I can get some attention. So that's why to me, you're seeing an increased number that are kind of surprise portal guys that, it's really kind of rare, like I tell our coaches, for the kid that just says, hey, I'm good. I don't need more attention.
Lane, is there a particular area or position that you feel like you need reinforcements in portal-wise right now?
We look at everything because it's, again, so moving and flowing about what we're losing in the portal. Also, we have a number of guys that haven't decided whether they're going out early for the draft, so we look at everything.
It looked like today that a couple guys are missing, but a lot of your team is here and playing. Was opt-outs anything that this team even discussed with you over the past couple of weeks, or was it not even kind of in the forefront of some of those guys' minds?
We may have had one or two conversations, but no one is doing that, which is awesome. Committed to their team, to playing. But yes, there were some individuals that had discussed that.
Was the fact that, a lot of people, there were some people that didn't opt out last year for the Sugar Bowl, do you think that had something to do kind of about that this time around?
Yeah. Plus, there's good and bad to everything. When you don't have a lot of, guys that are looking at going in the first round, you don't have as many opt-out discussions. So that'd be a good problem to have, though. So no, we don't have as many maybe as some other places.
Just to follow up on a couple of questions ago, how difficult is roster retention in terms of you've got a whole team and guys can hop in that portal?
Yeah, it's extremely challenging. I don't know that there's perfect answers to how to do it. I mean, anybody can just leave. So unless they've already transferred once. So again, like I said, you have all areas. I played really well around the country. Okay, I'm happy with the coaches. I'm happy with what's going on, but I either want more attention or I want more money, so I'm going to go in. Or the old way, which is I'm not playing very much. I'm not happy with the coaches. I want to go play more. They're obviously going in, so now you have all kinds of people going in. So it is what it is.
Have you noticed any difference in the talent pool as far as better players or worse players, or about the same as last year in the portal?
Well, yeah, you have more and better players going in the portal because they're just wanting to make more money. I mean, again, maybe I'm the only coach that says it, but again, the portal initially was people were going in because they weren't pleased with playing enough or the system, or a coaching change, and now you have a lot of kids going in that are very happy where they're at. They're just simply, you talk to them, why did you go in? I wanted to see if I can make more money. And you can't fault them. How many NFL players wouldn't opt into free agency if they had the choice every year?
Any other questions for Coach?
All right, thanks, guys.